Hi everybody and welcome to today's video, which is filmed as part of the Traci Reed Design Team YouTube Hop. And today we are working with the new collection called Story Foundations, which is a collection that is created to be worked with all through the year. So this is kind of the core kit, if you like, and then every month there will be add-ons that work with the kit, so work with the palette and the font, sentiments, all of that goodness. So this is just for the Story Foundations. The January kit is coming soon, next week I believe, but for today it's just that core kit that I'm working with. And before I dive into the creating the project, I thought I'd give you a little look at how I am storing this core kit as somebody who works with printable products, but I print them, so I'm not a digital scrapbooker. I'm a paper crafter. So I have the die cuts and the labels, everything printed and cut. I store sentiment pieces in this little tray, which is from Hobbycraft in the UK. And I just kind of arrange them in here. These are word phrase word phrase bits. These have got words on them, but they're different shapes. Larger pieces, the days and the months are there. Then all of my journaling labels, of which there is a lot, are printed and cut and stored into labels, circles, shapes, tags. So they're all there. Then I've printed the papers, everything. So I have my monthly, I've only opted for the 3x4 monthly cards. So I've gone with the neutral and the colour, and I've got those in one pouch so I know where my monthlies are and just pull those out. There are a collection of cards called First and Last, so I've printed all of those. So that's my firsts and lasts pouch. These are fillers, so again I only went with 3x4, but there are 6x4 versions of these, but I went with 3x4. So fillers, 3x4 journal cards. Then the papers, I've gone with the neutrals, and I also printed the neutral pattern cards. I've put all of my neutrals together, so the neutral papers come in white on black, black on white, white on craft, and black on craft. That's the papers and the cards. So it's so much. So but I've only printed at traveler's notebook size, because I'm going to be either working in a traveler's notebook or in my 6x8 album for this. So if I want a 6x8 page, I'll just print that when I need it. So those are the neutrals, and then I went with the colours as well. So the TN colours, coloured papers and colour cards. And then I also printed and cut the word phrase sticker sheets, which come in this collection, which are all of the colours in the collection. So there's 9 colours of word phrase stickers. I've printed them on sticker paper so that I can, rather than as these little pieces, I've printed them on sticker paper so I can just pull them off when I want them. So a lot to work with. And this is going to make it really enjoyable for me to just pull out and think, okay, I want to work with, I need a filler card, so I can just go to the filler card pouch. So I'm really happy that I've done that kind of organisation. And what I'm working with today is the opening page in my daughter's 6x8 story album. So I've created my own transparency using one of the pattern papers. This is the neutral, in the neutral collection. I created a 6x8, 8.25 high by 6.7 wide canvas, dragged and dropped the 12x12 paper into it and adjusted it to fit the canvas, flattened the image and then printed it off from Photoshop Elements. But because I was printing on an A4 sheet, I knew I'd have a bit of spare over here, so I also created a 6x4 card with that pattern on it, on the transparency, and that's for a different album. So what I'm really working with today is this as the opening page in Alora's album. But I think I may also put together the page that will sit behind this, because there will be it's a simple pocket page, so you can see what it will look like in the album kind of all pulled together. I'm going to be bringing in the design idea I've got is basically an intro photo of her just right there. Turn the page to hold either her intentions or the year, and then behind this will sit that opening pocket page, 4 pockets with a photo of her, her intentions, and some filler cards, that kind of thing. So I've got lots to be working with. I've already done a couple of projects with this collection because I absolutely love it. But the great thing is this is going to be with me all year, so I really want to kind of set the scene, set the tone with some of these fantastic icons. I love camera motifs, so that's why I wanted to work with this transparency. Excuse my nails, they're incredibly chipped, but I didn't have time to do them before I came on camera, so I'm going to be hiding my nails as much as possible. Right, so let me get these cut out. So I have some photos printed. These are printed on my selfie printer, my Canon selfie. They have a border around them which I trim off. So the photos, I'll leave a little bit of a white border, but you'll see that the photos are going to be smaller than 3x4, which doesn't bother me in the slightest because I have lots and lots of pattern cards from this collection printed and ready to go. And so I will mat the photo onto a pattern card. You won't see much of the card at all. It will just be kind of a peekaboo pattern. If I show you, this is a 3x4 card, so it will just be a peekaboo pattern around the edge. So I'll get those out in a moment. I really like doing that because I like the white border around the photo. It helps the photo to pop. But when I trim it down, they're always smaller. So it doesn't bother me in the slightest because it just means I can bring in a little bit of pattern. Just trim this to the right size for now. Homemade transparencies are one of my most favourite things to create with printable papers. They are much, much thinner than a transparency that you would buy, but that doesn't bother me because they don't add bulk, and I get that really pretty effect. I love this effect where you can have, you know, you layer things up. Yeah, I just love it. So I'm really pleased to have this camera. I mean, this is just going to get printed so many times as a transparency and as a paper. I know it is. It's going to be all through all of my albums this year because I love this paper. Right, let me pull some cards and things out of these pouches to save you having to watch me flip through them all, and then I'll come back on when I've got things pulled out and ready to go. Okay, so I have one of the black 3x4 cards to use as the mat. Need to change my trimmer blade. So I'm just going to pop my photo up on that. Just leaving that little edge around it. Then I'm going to put this on the back side, so I'll leave that there for now. Have some cards ready for that in that pocket page that's going to sit behind this. And I'm going to go with a really simple design across the centre of my canvas. I'm going to try this with just this adhesive, but I might need to use redline tape. And I'm going to go with 2 tags either side of my photo. I just want to find where they need to sit. Now I measured these and they did fit, but now I've come to stick them down, it looks like they're not going to fit. 1, 2 and a bit, 1, 2, bit, there we go. That's pretty much in the centre. So I wanted the new chapter of the story and this one with her initials on. That's it, so they will sit like that. I'm not sticking up to the top because I'm going to add in a bit of twine in a moment. Sorry if I just knocked you there. Stick this here. Now this one is probably going to get punched, but that's okay. By punched, I mean because I'll be putting the holes. That's on there. Did I want them lined up? They're only lightly tacked. That will be on there. Yeah, that's fine. How will this look when if I had these kind of underneath? Just imagining that. Yeah, I like them like that actually. So let me just grab my twine for these. Okay, so I've added my twine. I've got this huge roll of that. I'm going to cover up the word dated because I don't want the date on this part of it. It's going to be on the other side. So I'm going to bring in one of these word phrase stickers, just this simple one that says documented, and cover that up. Although it would be better if I had a longer one actually. I didn't have the right alphas, so I'm just stamping her initials on here instead. And then I'll probably go in with some pencil crayons and just add a bit of shading to that. There we go. Nice. I'll clear this off with those alphas afterwards. So there we go. Oh, lovely. Right, let me give that a chance to dry. And look at what I'm going to do with this. So I want to stamp, I think, or use puffies for 2026 on this. Let me just leave that actually to completely dry. So this simple page is going to sit underneath. There's a photo of Laura and her boyfriend. So that's going to go on this blue. I'm going with this cool kind of blue theme for this first page. I've got January, which is going to go in a pocket. Memories in the making, that's where I'm going with the blue. The photo up on the right. The intentions, which she still has to send me yet, so I haven't written those on. And then I'm thinking either a word phrase sticker in the blue on here, although I really like it, nice and simple. How about January documented? That's what I wanted. Oh, it's printed slightly different. Do I care? It's greener. Put that back on. What does the dark blue look like? Yeah, I prefer that because it's kind of not trying to be the same, is it? And then I think I'm going to bring in some tiny little puffy hearts that I've got. Okay, I've added in some Jelly Bean Soup alpha, numbers on here for 2026. I stick this down on the back of that transparency, so where the photo is, but I think I'm going to leave these potentially empty. Yeah. And then I want a navy blue heart up here. Cute. Then I'm moving around all over the place. So I opted to stamp the dates of the year, so 1st of Jan to 31st of December there. I think I might bring in these blues here. Does that clash with the black? What I have, so this page that I can't really do a lot with because it's got to go in the pockets. I need Laura to send me her intentions. I'm thinking of these little blue puffy stickers from Pink Paisley. One little one over here. And then potentially I'm going to go with that navy one there on top of the J. That's a good colour match for that. Then, because this is going to sit opposite this, would that navy have been better? Or I want to lift this navy if I can. Good thing with these is they're not very sticky. And put this one on the top. I really hope you can actually see what I'm doing, because the sunlight has suddenly become really bright here. I prefer that other one. Yeah, I like this one here. It's a richer, it's a better match for that jelly bean, and the size is better. So what I might do is bring that one in down underneath the memories in the making. So I've got that lovely little triangle over here. Those need to go into pocket. Okay, here's what this will look like in the album. I opted for grey in the end to keep the front nice and neutral, with the blacks, the greys, and just this little hint of peach on the tags. I did my pencil crayon in 3 different shades of grey and blended those all together, which is really soft and neutral. So then this will turn, this will be the first thing you see in her album. This will turn, and we've just got that documented 2026. I may end up bringing in sentiment tags here as well. I'm just going to leave them as it is for now, because I don't know what's coming in the January collection. So there might be something else that I want to add here. So I'm going to leave that kind of space clear. And then this is just the first opening simple pocket page, that little trio of hearts, this gorgeous watercolour and ink splatter I can't think of the word, card down here. And then this is setting up my theme for her whole album. I'm going to be working with these monthly cards on the first month, the first kind of spread of every month for her. And I just need her to send me over her intentions, and then I will either write them on myself, type these out on a typewriter depending on how many intentions she's got, or I might take a screenshot and then crop that and put the photo over the tick box list. I'm not too sure yet. It depends how many intentions she set for herself. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope I've inspired you to head over to Traci's shop and grab this amazing core kit. The link for the rest of the YouTube hop videos are in the description box below, so you'll see the whole hop list. So make sure you follow along and have a look at what other members of the team have created with this fantastic core collection. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't already, and give this video a thumbs up and all of that lovely stuff. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.